Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing okay. So this is something I found last night. I find it to be extremely enlightening, so I encourage anybody to check it out if they feel inclined to. But here, I'm just gonna go ahead and play just the first little bit here, and then I'm gonna speak a few words on it.
Impetus for this piece?
I think the convergence of a number of different crises all at once. On the one hand, you have the obvious banking crisis that is just beginning now, which is likely to be much worse than the 2008 financial crisis. In fact, this morning I was reading about the top 15 banks in the United States that are likely to fail next. And of those, three have been identified as coming quite shortly. The question is, what are we going to do about this? And that's a question I can't answer. My great fear is that the administration will simply print money, in which case inflation will worsen, and then we'll all be poor because our currency will be worth nothing. I hope that doesn't happen. But it's a very serious problem, and the administration has to deal with it one way or the other. At the same time, you've got the problem in Europe. Europeans are increasingly restless. In Germany, people are furious. This news of the Nord Pole destruction has finally made its way into the population. They've got a huge wave of Ukrainian refugees they're dealing with, plus the Muslim migrants that they've got on their hands since 2015. There's a lot of discontent in Germany. It's not just Germany, the Netherlands, Scandinavia, France, all the countries in Western Europe are unhappy. Nobody is interested in this war against Russia. And here we are trying desperately to drag all of them in any way that we can into this fight. And this fight is a fight that we are very definitely losing. And you know what Washington does when it's not winning? It lies. Tells everyone they are winning.
So yeah, there's a lot of information there, and it still has another 21 minutes. So yeah, y'all, if you want to check it out, check it out. But just right there to hear that from a colonel, and you can just read this human's energy, or I can, and I get the feeling that this is a man that has a very good head on his shoulders. He looks like he's got a lot of integrity, and he's served the country. He looks like he served it to try to help America out in the best way that he can. And in his service, he's seen and is continuing to see and is seeing some really effed up stuff, and there's no solution. Nobody's talking about a solution. And this is why I got so frustrated with Steven Crowder earlier today, is because, right now he is a very, very, very influential person on social media. And he's also kind of leading the way of a whole group of influential influencers. So he's a very big deal social media wise. And people like him have a lot of power. And what they do with their power says everything about them, a person. And so when I see the first few minutes of him making a video, and it's all just about making fun of somebody that, most people who are in the know already know is corrupt as shit, like that doesn't, to me, that's not solving any problems. In fact, I think that's making problems even worse, because it's now going to ignite more fury inside of humanity, which can oftentimes leads to more toxicity and destruction. And that's what we don't need. We don't need more fighting. That's actually what the devil wants you to do. The evilness, the devil, the enemy, the opponent, they want you to play game in their court, because then they can fight you the way they want to fight you, because you chose to fight them with fire. You can't beat fire with fire. You got to throw some water on there. So you have to use a different tactic, which is why I think the best tactic we can use is, what's the most important? If you run out of money, you need food and water and shelter. Those three basic things, we will not survive if we don't have those things. So we need to start focusing on ways to develop our own food, water, and shelter. Basically, essentially our own infrastructure. That's the most important thing we all can do. And then once we all do that, we can take these things that we've found and learned and been able to be successful in, and we can share them with the rest of the world, like places like Africa, where they don't even have enough food to feed children. And we have 15,000, if thousands of children die every single day because they don't have enough food. Yeah, we have many multi-millionaires living here in America, complaining about some president who, I'm sure he's got some evilness in him and he's doing some sick shit. I'm not saying that he's not. But what I am saying, continuing to make fun of him is not helping anything. What is going to help things is if we start talking about real life solutions, if we start talking about working together, growing food, and developing our own society that doesn't allow these type of corrupt people to continue doing what they're doing. Until we do that, things aren't going to change. And this is the way they want it. They want us fighting. They want us pointing the finger. They want us getting angry at politicians, because it takes us away from actually solving problems. So again, I love Steven Crowder. I love a lot of things that he's done. I think he's doing a lot of good things for the humanity as a species. I like his style of just being blunt and challenging people and debating and all that. But I don't like seeing him making fun of people for no good reason other than to get some laughs. And in my opinion, that's what I saw in that video. So that's why I said what I said, and I'm going to stick by it. And I hope that we can all learn to, move past name calling and slander and just work on helping build each other up. No matter how wicked a person is, everybody can learn, man. It's a sickness. And I think being a human being is all about helping take care of things no matter what they are. So if you have, if love is all about not doing about what you want, it's about doing what needs to be done. So in my opinion, that dude needs some help. So let's try to help him. Let's try to help kids in Africa and other people instead of making fun of them. That's just how I feel. So, all right. I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.